I never really sit down with the achievement. I'm always like, there's more to do, there's more to do. So after my master's, I was on to cybersecurity. After cybersecurity, I was on to finding a job. After finding a job, I'm on to the next thing, right? So I just really wanted to take time to celebrate myself, invite a private chef, actually like spoil myself and just like sit with myself and all my experiences, and to say it's okay to slow down, to romanticize life, to enjoy the things that bring you joy.
Over here today, and right now I'm serving you your first course, which is the beef tartare. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. So, how was it? Heard.
Okay, so let's get into the first spiral. So imagine this: I just finished high school. All my life, I thought I'm going to be a doctor. I took all the subjects you could think of, bio, physics, but I did leave room for art. So I did take art, and that's what pulled me in: art, English, and the whole 9 yards. I still took a gap year to actually really think about it. Do I want to be a writer? Do I want to be a doctor? But while actually upgrading my marks, my maths, my physics, trying to get it to that ultimate level to get into med school, I found writing and I fell in love with writing. And throughout that year, I started reading the book, The Artist's Way, and it has this thing where you do morning pages and you just write and write and write. And I wrote every day for 365 days. And this is when I came up with this book, The Truth Shall Bloom. I was only 19, I took a gap year, all my friends were in first year, I was just alone with my thoughts, and I had to figure out, who am I? What does truth look like for me? What do I really want to do, and what do I want my life to be? In that year, I learned so much about myself. I learned about self-discovery. I learned how to write. I learned the power of creativity. So the pain point was really figuring out, what do I want to do, who I am, and writing was the superpower that helped me get there. And it really restored what I would say is not finding yourself, but it's rather creating yourself. Okay, let's move on to spiral number 2. This is all about storytelling. So you can imagine now I am at that crossroad of becoming a doctor, becoming a storyteller, becoming a writer. And I decided to become a writer. My 19-year-old self chose the trajectory of my entire life. And then I was like, okay, I know I love writing, but what kind of writing? And that's when I got the idea to go to film school, because I wanted to see my writing translated from paper to screen. So I did all the research you could imagine, and I got into film school after Cape Town. This is where I explored different courses like live performance, stage performance, TV. I did a bit of producing. I did producing all the way up to second year. I did costume, makeup, and styling up to second year. I did film writing. And in my third year, I settled for film writing, and I was content with being a film writer. Which was a difficult decision, but I really took, I decided to be proactive about it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed finding my writing style. At some point, we even did things like, more initiatives to get writers to be noticed within the school, because we'd have things like film festivals and things like that, and then the writers wouldn't necessarily be presenting. So we decided to have a table reading, which is an industry standard practice, right? So we had table readings for the people that solely only did writing, which was really fun. And then afterwards, I basically went from undergrad. I got a scholarship by 0307, which is an award-winning production house in Cape Town. And from doing that, I did my honors. In my honors, I researched, archiving. I also researched series like from the Netherlands, like Scam and that sort of thing. I just found it really interesting, and how they used their way of shooting to get a fan base. So I was always interested in these innovative ways of creating a fan base, of enhancing the filming experience between the artist and their community. And then that's what took me from the first spiral to the second spiral. And then the third spiral was me actually saying, you know what, I want a little bit of authority. And I furthered my path into academia. And that's where I got accepted to do my master's. What I learned in my honors, I threw myself into the deep end because I had just done writing and producing. I had never done directing in undergrad, and I decided to do directing. As Quentin Tarantino said, you need at least 700 films, to get to the point of where you've made your best film, because he made so many films before Pulp Fiction. So even though I did a honors film, a 24-minute film, it's not to say that is the end. That was just the beginning, but it was a really great experience to test out my directing skills, my writing skills. I felt like writing was already something I was good at, but just like directing and understanding the art of filmmaking a bit more, because then now you understand the art of filmmaking, because you are directing, you're working with the cinematographer, you are writing for the edit and not just to write. And I really learned a lot. So I saw that I was a really strong writer, but I definitely needed more practice in terms of directing. And directing actually comes with quite a lot of leadership and working with people. So it really, really stretched me as a person, and learning to advocate for my ideas. So that's where we move on to the next spiral.
Presenting course number 2, green salad. Hope you enjoy it with the citrus vinaigrette.
Citrus vinaigrette.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Are so good. Like, it's just flowing in my body. It is so good.
Potato soup, so vicious
Vegan potato, vichyssoise. Vichyssoise, my people. Oh.
My people.
So let's get into spiral number 3. This is a time where I wanted to take accountability for my research, and I got into masters at AFDA. And my research topic was film archival management through blockchain technology. I really wanted to understand how films can be archived, how they can be protected, and how to create authentic fan bases using blockchain technology, which I had seen the growth of fan bases through things like NFTs and other organic or creative ways of bringing people together. Of course, the research was quite innovative, and it was something new that I was exploring. I wanted to also have the practical experience of the things I was looking into. So I did get to work with a Grammy Award-winning artist on their music NFT. And I also got to work at Smart Contract Research Forum, where we researched African smart contracts. And it was very interesting, innovative work, getting paid in crypto and that sort of thing. I bought this phone cash with that, so that was fun, so obviously now it's time for growth. And as I was growing, I then decided that, I want to, grow in what I'm doing and grow into tech. So my research actually led me towards tech organically. So because, when you write research, you get recommendations, and then you have to decide what else, what are the limitations, but what are the recommendations? And that's where I found cybersecurity and cloud security. And that's where the same year I was doing my master's, I found a program called Cyber Girls. And Cyber Girls basically They took 500 girls from 22 African countries, and I was amongst the 500 that were picked. And then I began my cybersecurity journey the next year. So what I can say, what I learned from my master's year, or the third spiral of my life, was you need to follow your curiosity. You don't always have to know what's coming next, but know that everything forms a story and everything comes together. Who would have thought that a master's research and being innovative would organically bring me into tech?
So right in front of you, you have a more medium rare steak, sirloin actually, and a green goddess palm, some honey glazed carrots, a cauliflower puree, and my chicken jus. It's crazy thing, like, I wish you were a chef, you'd understand this. Basically, if you make this kind of sauce from chicken stock, it's hard to get it that dark. It's usually like beef bones that get it that dark, but chicken bones work for me, it seems. But yeah, now you can go on.
Spiral number 4, reinvention. And this is probably where most people have met me, which is the path I took to pivoting into cybersecurity. I took the path in 2023 where I was doing 2 schools, Cybersecurity Institute and Cyber Girls. Cyber Girls by CyberSafe Foundation was really great because I got to delve into cloud security. It was like a full year course, and there was a preliminary pathway where you had to do the fundamentals of IT, and then I chose to specialize in cloud security. I got to do lots of hands-on projects, so it was more so considered a traineeship. And then with Cybersecurity Institute, I also got to do a lot of networking, a lot of Microsoft, a lot of projects and teamwork. And then I also did with Cybersecurity Institute, I did the SANCS accelerator, whereby I got to do the similar curriculum. I got a bursary. I got to do the similar curriculum, but there was actually more work and more challenges and more practical experiences, which was more of a learnership and traineeship. And that set the foundation for my cybersecurity education. From there on, in 2024, I did a GRC internship where I worked on a lot of frameworks, ISO 27701, and that sort of thing. And I also got to experience real hands-on experience in cybersecurity. And now I am 2 years into my current job as a cybersecurity analyst. I do delve into a lot of GRC. Right now I'm interested into upskilling, whereby I got a scholarship for Python, where I want to learn automation, that sort of thing, because I'm interested in GRC engineering. I've created a video about it. I'm interested in AI GRC engineering, as well as blockchain security. So if you've actually caught up with all the spirals, you'll see how everything comes together, whereby I started off researching how film archives can be managed by blockchain, and now I'm doing blockchain security, where I have mentors by Decentral Hub, where I am actually learning through their crypto accelerator and learning blockchain security. So it's amazing how everything has just come full circle, like this full meal. And life is really all about that, how all the different spirals can end up becoming this amazing artwork, right? There are more spirals coming, but this is just to say each spiral, you might look at it and think, where am I going? What am I doing? How does this connect? But all your skills are actually transferable. Just because I'm in tech, my skills of me being able to communicate, of me being able to put ideas together, of actually being a researcher and being able to synthesize ideas and have critical thinking and being analytical has all actually worked to my advantage. Being able to think creatively, but also having an open mind to continue learning. All these things have actually come together, and that is my sort of like my blue ocean, and it has created specific knowledge for me. And yeah, it's been really, really exciting. So I would actually push people to allow yourself to grow, evolve, and reinvent yourself. So I'm gonna dig in right now because this food looks really good, but stay tuned for the next spiral. Okay, let us call the last or the fifth spiral expansion. It's all about expansion, how you take everything that you have experienced and you figure out a way to maximize it and expand it to the fullest. And that is where I am right now. I do not necessarily want to reinvent the wheel. I want to take everything that I've already invested in, because I've already made investments into mentors, into schools, into education, into my job, into building this career that has a mix of so many different ingredients, right? And so many different flavors. And it's just sort of like a melting pot of creativity. And I want to be able to expand that, right? Whether it's through ownership, business, right? AI, security, the next big thing, the next app, the next community, right? So this is the space I'm in. How do I take the foundation that I've already laid for myself, see the beautiful artwork that I've created, which is now my life and my career over the past 10 years, and expand it to something even more beautiful as I go into the next decade, right? So I've read many books, right? From Grit to The Power of Now to you know The Artist's Way to Understanding Your Potential by Miles Monroe and all these amazing artists, to The Alchemist. The Alchemist initially is what even started my journey, and because I was really asking myself, what is my dream? And the entire universe conspires to make your dreams a reality. Once you decide this is what I want to do, you don't have to know everything, but just make a decision, and there will be movement and there will be progress if you just decide. So that's the space I'm in right now, a space of accountability, a space to say I have invested in myself, I have invested in mentors, I have invested in courses. Now I have to invest through my time. The whole of last year I went to so many conferences, like tech conferences, cybersecurity conferences. I expanded myself beyond in terms of networking, in terms of even being on social media and like talking about my career and my ideas and helping other people as well. And I'm in a place whereby I'm like, you are allowed to expand and you're allowed to take the foundation that you've laid for yourself and just like, do the most. So tune in for the next spiral. Let's go through my vision board. I think I did this like 2 to 3 years ago. And so quite a lot of the things have come true. In 2024, I traveled to Egypt. I have been paid by the NFVF. I worked on a documentary in 2023. I'm still yet to go to the garden. I've been living in Cape Town for 9 years, but I haven't been to the garden, so I'd really like to do that. I'm old enough, so I've done a bit of club hopping. I do lots of hikes. I still want to learn how to ride a bicycle.
That's wild.
I really hope I can soon. Fitness, I've been really committed to the gym. My friends and I are planning on starting a book club. I've actually bought like really, really cool fictional books because I've been like a self-help person for so long. I've actually studied cloud security with Cyber Girls, so that was great. I am already a filmmaker. What else? A lot of the things are coming together. I have a trip planned for the end of the year, a travel trip. So I'd say like my vision board is like 50-50, which is really exciting. So stay tuned for the next chapter. Maybe you'll see me on Forbes 30 under 30 next year.
Heard.
Gladly.
That chefing experience was so great. Like, I'm so sleepy. And I was literally about to sleep without even saying goodbye. But one of my subscribers was like, dude, in the last video, I was expecting you to say goodbye. So this is me saying goodbye. Thank you so much for watching the video. I had so much fun. I just felt like, you know what? I've spent so much time working on myself, working on my career, and there's still so much to do and still so much to learn. Yet, I had not really celebrated myself. Like, I'm always looking for the next thing to accomplish, right? So I never really sit down and I'm like, wow, you know, I never really sit down with the achievement. I'm always like, there's more to do. So after my master's, I was on to cybersecurity. After cybersecurity, I was on to finding a job. After finding a job, I'm on to the next thing, right? So I just really wanted to take time to celebrate myself, you know, invite a private chef, actually like spoil myself and just like sit with myself and all my experiences, and to say it's okay to slow down, to romanticize life, to enjoy the things that bring you joy. Like food brings me lots of joy. Creating my career brings me lots of joy. Mixing creativity and all of those things brings me so much joy. So it felt good to spoil myself, give myself flowers, eat good food, be in my own company, bask in the things I enjoy, reminisce, you know, be nostalgic of everything that I've learned and everything that I want to learn, you know, and all my other dreams, you know, my vision boards, revisiting them and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's quite emotional. I'm glad I celebrated myself. I spent time with myself. I loved on myself. Yeah, I feel good. I'm ready to take the best nap. I had such amazing food. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Be sure to check out the next one and let me know in the comment section what content you would like on this channel. It's still sort of like a mixture of cybersecurity, career, life in Cape Town and different places that I visit, but it's just really a culmination of growth, you know, as I go on this path. And I hope it inspires you to celebrate yourself and the life that you're creating. Goodbye.